We at the Onward After School program realize the valuable contributions we can make to young people's growth. And national studies suggest that children and youth who spend their out-of-school hours in safe and nurturing learning environments are the recipients of social, emotional, and academic benefits. The David P. Weichert Center developed the Youth Program Quality Assessment Tool, or YPQA, to help us create programs that best support the developmental needs of our youth. The approach is based on the belief that it is a youth worker's job to set up an environment for young people in which their needs are met and learning is encouraged. The Youth Program Quality Intervention, or YPQI, is a comprehensive system for improving program quality. It involves a three-part approach to program quality: assess, plan, improve. We begin with assessment in order to identify both youth workers' existing strengths and areas for improvement. These areas then become goals in an improvement plan with clear steps and benchmarks for success. To manage improvement, the Weichert Center provides supports and workshops for staff. Assessment and evaluation can supply a wealth of valuable data, which we will use to engage in conversations that lead to professional development decisions. We hope to make assessment and improvement planning regular practice, doing it every year, tracking our progress from year to year and adjusting our focus based on the needs of our staff. The more we engage in improvement planning, the better we'll get at using data to effectively improve the experience youth have at Onward. And this video will help you to understand your role in the self-assessment process. A 2002 report by the National Research Council reviewed the combined results of many research studies and synthesized those findings into this list of key features of programming that work best to support youth development. Pause the video for a moment and read the list. There aren't many surprises in here, but these are the things that research has shown will positively impact youth development. And this research is in support of what is measured in the Youth Program Quality Assessment. The YPQA is designed to measure key developmental experiences within an after-school setting. It is based around Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where the bottom of the pyramid needs to be in place before the top can be reached. At the bottom of the pyramid of program quality is safe environment. This includes both physical and emotional safety. Above that, we have a supportive environment, which is mostly provided by the staff. Do they plan sessions so that they're at the right pace for youth? Do youth have an opportunity to build skills, and are they encouraged to do so despite mistakes? And are adults providing support for learning? The next tier, interaction, looks at the relationships between youth and other youth, and between the adults and youth. The final tier, engagement, is different than what we typically think when we hear the word engagement. Youth being involved in an activity, listening, participating, those are all wonderful things, and they are measured in the interaction and supportive environment domains of the pyramid. In the YPQA, there are three things that define engagement: youth having opportunities to plan what they are doing, making choices about what they're doing, and reflecting on what they're doing. They're at the top of the pyramid because all of the other domains below set the stage for these to happen. The YPQA is a validated tool, which means that there was a huge research study that checked to make sure that it measures what we think it measures. And what it measures is key developmental experiences, the things adults and kids do that make a difference for youth. The YPQA can also be used over time. We can score our program this spring and again next spring and see if our practices have improved. The PQA is just the first step in a larger cycle of improvement, which is called the Youth Program Quality Intervention. After you conduct your assessment, the next step is to develop a plan for improvement based on the data, and then to carry out that plan to improve the quality of our program for kids. It is important to remember that this process is all about program improvement. It's not about evaluating staff or catching someone doing something wrong. It's about taking an honest look at Onward, talking about it as a team, and answering the question, are we providing the best possible experiences for our young people? Each team member will have an opportunity to observe some Onward program offerings. These are defined as structured activities that are led by regular staff with the same youth over time. We will not be observing Homework Zone or the drop-in choice time. Each member of our team will observe activities in action for 15 minutes. Some will observe the beginning of a session, others the middle or end. Program staff will be notified of your presence and they will notify the students. No one should be surprised by your attendance. At your selected time and activity, find a place to sit that allows you to see and hear as much as possible without getting in the way. Take notes by hand or by using a laptop. And bring the PQA sheet for reference. This document was attached to the email that linked this video. Take notes throughout the offering on factual information. As a general rule, expect to take 1 or 2 pages of notes during the observation. Describe who, what, when, where, and how. Please do not include descriptions of internal states or motivations like he was bored or she really wanted to complete the drawing unless the feelings or motivations are revealed in spoken language of the program participants and recorded as quotation in your record. Write what you see, not what you think about what you see. In other words, take objective notes. Practice briefly with this photograph. What do you see here? Pause the video for a moment and practice taking notes of this scene. For the purposes of the YPQA, we want to record the most effective notes and anecdotes. This means that our records are factual and objective, they offer rich detail in snapshot form, they focus on the interactions between staff and youth, between youth, and between youth and the environment. They also depict interactions that have been allowed to reach completion and possibly even state the outcome of the interaction. The notes should describe who, what, when, and where, contain quotes of what youth and staff actually said, list the materials used, describe what you see in the room, and please be sure that your notes can stand alone. We want to stay away from stating any of our own opinions and making assumptions about internal states, such as she felt angry or he didn't get it. With this in mind, examine the notes you took of the students in the library. How did you do? What would you change? Again, remember to write what you see, not what you think about what you see. At the end of the activity, feel free to ask the instructor any of the 8 follow-up questions as listed on the right side of the PQA form. After the observation, save your notes to use during our follow-up team scoring meeting. This week we will conduct our individual observations. On Monday, I will visit the Crafts Club for 15 minutes. Please email me with your preference for activity to observe. 2 team members can observe on the same day, but they should do so at different times and in different activities. Early next week, we will gather together for the team's scoring meeting. We will budget 3 hours for this meeting, and I will be in touch with the exact day and time. In the meantime, please contact me if you have any questions about the observation or if you would like a sample copy of narrative notes.